Hi there, welcome to the channel, or welcome back. My name is Angela. I'm a home gardener growing here in my Midwestern garden, Zone 6 in the US. Today I'm going to share with you all the potatoes that I am going to grow this year. They just arrived yesterday, so I'm going to start getting them prepared today. That's what we're going to work on together. If that sounds interesting, stick around. So this is the first year I have ordered from this company called Wood Prairie Family Farm. They sent a nice little 2026 catalog of all their goods. They're out of Maine, and I don't know if they only do potatoes, but I think they at least mainly do potatoes. Yeah, I guess I could find that out easily enough by going to their website. But looking at, no, they do all kinds of stuff here. I didn't look closely enough, but maybe they are known for their potatoes. Like that's their big, like, feature product. But they do all kinds of other seed here, veggie seeds. And maybe some flower seeds too. Yeah, so worth looking more into. I found them just by doing a search for seed potatoes. I've grown potatoes 2, maybe 3 other times in the past 5 years, not every consecutive year. And I can say that the other places where I've ordered seed potatoes from were okay, not great. In fact, one of the companies, and I can't remember which one it was, and I wouldn't like name names anyway, but they sent the potatoes, and even though they were like separated out by type, the different bags weren't labeled as to which potato was which. And if you only order, say, a Yukon Gold and some sort of a Russet, it would be easy to tell those apart. But if you're growing potatoes that look similar, it could be very difficult to tell them apart. So I want to share with you how Wood Prairie Family Farm packages their potatoes. This is the bag that it came in, and I ordered a ½ pound each of 5 different varieties. So this is one of them, and they come in their own separate bags. I have always known myself to be like a sucker for packaging. I'm like the marketing professional's like dream customer because I fall for all kinds of nice packaging. So when they sent me these bags that look like this, I was like, oh, all agog over it. So all of the bags, all of the 5 different bags are exactly the same, but this little flap on the front that's stapled on tells the variety of the potato. This is one I hadn't heard of before. Sarpo Shona, light golden flesh potato with excellent disease resistance. So that's probably what drew me to it. And so that gets stapled onto the bag. And then on the back side, it is just a little tag that says certified seed potatoes. And it even has the name of the inspector from the Maine Department of Agriculture, Conservation, and Forestry. So for what that's worth, I think that's a nice thing to have and to know about the farm that you're buying seeds from. So I got those and Huckleberry Gold, which I have grown in the past successfully. And Yukon Gold, same with that. These are the gold potatoes that we probably all know and love. Another one I've grown, the last time I grew potatoes, it wasn't last year, it was the year before, I grew these dark red Norland. So those turned out pretty well. I will list all these potato varieties below. And then the other one, I've already opened up most of these bags, but the other one is Caribou Russet. Grown those before, liked them a lot. So what I'm doing today, so there's a ½ pound of each of these. So let's take these Caribou Russet, for instance, and I'll show you what a ½ pound, sorry for the crinkling. So I'll show you what a ½ pound looks like. It's not much. It's just these 3 small potatoes. And I guess I could measure them on my little food scale to see if it's a ½ pound, but I trust this company. So what I need to do next is to let these develop eyes and then start to sprout a little bit. then cut them into segments. Let those cut ends cure, and then they'll be ready for planting. We don't actually put potatoes out here in my area until early April, and today when I'm recording this, it's March 7th. So that's a month. That should be plenty enough time to let these develop their eyes and maybe start sprouting, get them cut, cured. I think that should be enough time. So what I'm going to do for now, and sorry you guys can't see my surface here, but I'll raise it up. I've got just one of these 10-20 trays that's very durable. This is from Bootstrap Farmer, by the way. I love these. I won't use any other 10-20 trays now. Once I found these from Bootstrap Farmer, these are so durable and rugged that these will, if I live and garden until I'm 90 years old, I think I'll still be using these same trays. They're that good. So what I'm going to do is to pull off the little label that came with, and then just set the potatoes on there like that, so I'll know which one is which. And I should have enough space in this tray to do all 5 varieties just kind of in a row here. And I do luckily have a northwest facing, it's over here. I'm trying to get my directions right. North, so that's west. Yes, northwest facing window that I can set these in to hopefully speed up that process of getting these eyes and sprouts developed. That's the plan. We're going to go with that. And I'm sorry if I'm going to crinkle here for a little bit. The next one is Yukon Gold, so I'll just put that down. These are a little bit smaller, it looks like. So I've got, yeah, they are. I've got more of them. They're pretty small. So I have 7 of those all together. And we'll do dark red Norland next. These are a little bit bigger. And if you'll notice, these don't really look red. When I grew them, they do grow and mature to a red color skin. I'm wondering if I were, and it looks like there's red underneath this pasty skin. If I were to wet these, I'm sure they would turn red, but I don't want to wet them right now. Not when I'm trying to do this process. What next? Let's do Huckleberry Gold next. I want to get these staples out of here. So I am truly impressed with the packaging, and as far as cost, I'm pretty sure that these were pretty in line with the cost of the other seed companies that I looked at, because I know I wouldn't have been willing to pay a lot more unnecessarily. So I'd have to look back at that to compare, but I usually try to be pretty cost conscious. So and then these are Huckleberry Gold. I got 3 of them. And then that leaves me with the Sarpo Shona. I'm really wondering what intrigued me, because I ordered these a long time ago, probably in the fall. Maybe it was a while back. And so now it's just a shipping time for my location. I'm trying to remember what drew me to these, unless it was the disease resistance. So let's take this off. And so getting back to working with this company, they did, like I said, I ordered them a while back, and they did send an email out when they were shipping these, so that was nice to know, just as a reminder that, oh, hey, you ordered seed potatoes months ago, they're coming now. So that was nice to have. So these Sarpo Shona, I got four of those. And I think it said that it was a golden flesh potato. And once these months from now, once these start coming to ripening maturity in the garden, I'll share with you how they all turned out. So, but for now, this is what it looks like in my tray. I don't want to tilt it too much and get them all mixed up, which wouldn't be the end of the world, but it's nice to know what's growing where so you don't get surprised. You know what to expect. I won't be, well, you know, actually I might save. I say the only time I'm usually ever real particular about knowing exactly what's what is if I know I'm going to be saving seeds. I might hold back a few of these for seed potatoes for next year, but we'll have to see. So, and in that case, it's really good to know what I'm saving so that I know what I'm growing next year. I'm going to take these over to the window and I'm going to meet you guys over there. Let me get these set up. We're going to do that, get these situated, and then I'll take you back to my little greenhouse room and we'll see how my seedlings are doing. Hang on. Okay, so that's done. Before we look at that, a couple more things since I'm kind of talking about this company. And just FYI, I bought these with my own money. I'm not sponsored by Wood Prairie, not affiliated at all. But so it's kind of like a little informal review of my experience so far. They included a potato growing guide, which is really nice. Since I don't grow potatoes every year, I do need a little bit of a refresher on how to prepare them, what I need to do. So they even have it broken down into upon arrival, what you do, preparing the soil, little categories like little steps in the process, and then cutting seed, planting, foliar nutrients, hilling, harvest and storage, and pests. So I'm going to hang on to that and keep it in my planner. So as the growing season progresses, I have this handy because I know I'm going to need reminders on all this stuff. So they give that, of course, the catalog, which I showed you. They even give a little booklet. It's a little fold out on nice paper too of potato recipes. So that's kind of nice. Mashed potatoes, German potato salad, oven roasted potatoes, simple baked potatoes, sizzling potato toppers, and Maine home fries. So that's kind of nifty. You get a sticker, their company logo there, which is beautiful. It has like a moose or an elk or something. And then we also get a little postcard just about their company and a little thank you card with their family. They've been farming organically for 50 years and they sell directly to customers in all 50 states. Yeah, 2-generation certified organic family farm located on the edge of the North Maine woods. So that sounds nice, doesn't it? I've not been to Maine before, but it is a place I would like to visit. Okay, enough about that. Let's head over and see where I got these potatoes resting for now. Okay, so this is my mostly north-facing window, and you can actually see my veggie garden out there. This is one of my house plants that in the summer lives its life outside. So we luckily have this nice little cabinet here, and I've just set the potatoes right there, thinking that that'll be enough indirect light that they can start developing their eyes and sprouts. See right there. And I'll take you along the process as we go with those for sure. And so enough about that. Let's head back to my little greenhouse room, aka my laundry room and pantry. So you can see my onion seeds there. Not all of the cells have sprouted, and I kind of did a little experiment this year where I did not sow them directly on the heat. One second, I'm going to take this camera off of its stand. Okay, here we go. I can get you in closer now. So not all of the seeds have sprouted, but a lot of them have. So I did a little experiment this year where I didn't really leave them on heat to germinate. I wanted to see how they do. And I think that that has made a difference. That and some of the seeds were a couple years old, maybe even 3 years old on some of the varieties. So that kind of matters with onions. They really do best with fresh seed. These are my asparagus that have not germinated at all. I've got some leeks here that are doing good. I've got one of my celery seeds has sprouted, but just one so far, and a rosemary down there. So that's what we're looking like there. And this is new since the last time we chatted. These are mostly peppers in here and some herbs. They have not sprouted yet, but hopefully they are on their way. I'm just kind of checking on them once a day to make sure the soil's still moist, damp, and checking to see when they sprout so I can immediately get them under light. So that's pretty much all that I've been doing as far as the garden. This coming week, if we've been getting a lot of rain. Let me take you back out of here. The light's not good. We have been getting a lot of rain, and what I'm hoping is that once this rain kind of subsides a little bit, that I'll be able to get out there and really start working in the garden. I do have some things left to do in the veggie garden left over from last year. Not much though, because I really worked on my beds heavily before winter set in, so they're ready to go. But mostly what I have now is just to finish mulching the pathways, just kind of more things related to the looks of it. So as soon as we get some drier weather, I'll be out there working on that. And before you know it, it'll be time to get these potatoes in, and the onions too. So I'll take you along with me for that. And that pretty much wraps it up for today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Let me know if you grow potatoes. Are you growing them this year? What's your favorite place to order seed potatoes from? And in the meantime, just keep planting.